Welcome back. So let's repeat the same concept now using explicit wait. I'll copy the same file and I'll paste it again. This time I would say this as explicit wait demo. Okay. So I will remove all the implicit code from here. That's it. Only one step which will actually remove everything globally. Now we know that this test will fail because there is no wait mechanism. Now, what is explicit wait? If you use explicit wait, basically this wait is used to target only specific element. Okay. Now, if you think that reaching after clicking proceed to checkout, we just realized that this promo code edit box in the next page and it's taking some seconds to load. That's why our test failed. So you can define explicit wait only to target this specific element. So that means wait for few seconds until this step is displayed. That means the scope of that explicit wait is only for your targeted element. That will not have effect to all your other steps. That's the major difference between implicit and explicit. Implicit, if you define once globally, that will be applied to every element. You need not worry like which element takes time to load. But whereas in explicit wait, you are explicitly targeting to wait only for some specific object. And if that it's out of scope, now for example, if this is taking some time to load, then doesn't matter, your test will fail because your explicit wait do not have any knowledge about any other element except what it's being targeted. Okay, so that's the whole difference. And now I will try to write the syntax of how to define explicit wait. There is a class called WebDriver wait which will help us to, and you have to pass two arguments into WebDriver wait class. One, you have to send the driver what you created, and next one is you have to give how many seconds you have to wait. Let's give 5 seconds. Move your cursor to import this package and take this WebDriver wait class into an object. Basically we created object for this WebDriver wait class, and this class accepts two parameters. One is driver object and another is timeout, how much. Now wait dot until. Okay, and it's not just blind waiting, you can actually describe the nature of your desired element. So let me explain you how does it work. There is expected conditions EC dot. I don't think it will allow, but let me write one new package. So from this is the package, right? In this package itself, from selenium.webdriver.support, there is one more package which you have to do. Import expected conditions, this one. Okay, and you can actually define one variable to that, so you can refer like that. Let's refer like that as EC. So this is the package you need to import. Somehow PyCharm is not helping us to import it automatically. You can still do that with expected conditions, I think. Give me a second. I'll comment out this for now. And when I say expected conditions dot, perfect, it's showing. Good. So you need not remember anything. Forget about everything. It actually shown. Nice. So just give expected underscore conditions, and when you say dot, you see there are so many different behaviors. So it's asking whether do you want to wait till alert is present, or you want to wait till element to be clickable mode, or you want to wait whether element is selected. See, there are different options available. So for us to make it work in this scenario, we are interested to know whether element is present or not. Okay, we just need to wait until that edit box is present in the screen and Selenium recognized it. That's our goal, right? Because test is failing immediately without showing this edit box. So dot presence of element located. So that means it will wait until element presence is located. That means element is rendered on down. Until then it will wait. So you have to tell which locator and what is that locator. So first argument should be by dot. Okay, so wait dot, third one. So you open two brackets here. So I open and I'm closing it inside. By dot. Okay, suggestions are not coming. So let's do one thing. Let me write it. So if I move my cursor, I think it will ask me. Yep, good. Come on. Alt Shift Enter. Let me try. Good. With Alt Shift Enter, it imported. By dot CSS selector. So we are telling that I am going to give you one locator which is of type CSS selector, and now pass that locator there. So this is my locator. Let's assume that I want to wait until promo code is present on that page. Okay. So the locator of that is, we just took, right? Enter class equals to promo code. You can try either CSS selector or just try by dot class name and give that class name promo code. Perfect. Now what happens? What that this step mean? Let's try to understand. So now you are specifically targeting to wait until this promo code class name is present in your web page. It will wait up to 5 seconds. Again, same concept. If that promo code is visible in 1 second, then it will resume execution. If not, it will wait till maximum timeout of 5 seconds and then it will just fail. But do remember that any other locator do not have any knowledge about this WebDriver wait. Only this particular element have knowledge. And in implicit wait, we are blindly waiting. Where is that wait demo? We are blindly waiting for 5 seconds, and if something comes before 5 seconds, we are resuming. But whereas in explicit wait, we are doing some smart wait. We are clearly telling, I want to wait until this class name is present. As we are targeting only one element, we are mentioning here. As implicit wait is applied globally, there is no point in mentioning one locator because that applies to every line of the script. That's why we are not providing this. But explicit wait we are providing because we are targeting one. Okay. You might be wondered why I have to use explicit wait. Yes, there are some advantages of using this. Missing white spaces around operator. Come on. Python. This is so strict in code indentation. Okay. Alright. So I think our work is not yet done. We handled explicit wait for that class name, but we also realized that this text also will not immediately display after you click on this apply button. So here also you have to use same wait. So once you declared that WebDriver wait object, using that wait object, you can again define one more condition for your next element. Again, wait dot until expected conditions dot. So there are different type of categories are there. It's up to you. For example, let's say that the checkbox will take few seconds and then it will be automatically get clicked. Then use this wait until that element to be clickable mode. You should be able to click. Okay. And again, frames, you have still not reached that point. I'll talk about this later. Alert is present. We already saw alerts, right? So you want to handle alerts, but you want to wait until alert is present. So first of all, you will give this step. Maybe if it takes 2-3 seconds to show the alert. So when you say expected conditions, wait until alert is present, it will wait to the point till alert shows up. And I mean, wait until whatever time you provide here. Okay. So there are different options. For us, we are just bothered about that element presence. If it present, then enough. We can proceed. But this text is not immediately present, right? It's taking around 4 to 5 seconds to display. So now we are clearly telling that wait until CSS selector span.promo info. This is the CSS and we are waiting on this. Perfect. So this will also wait for 5 seconds for the text to load. And now we have targeted only where we thought our test will fail, not globally. We just realized in our previous test that it's failing when we go to this page and when you click on apply. These are the two areas. For the two areas we targeted now with explicit wait. Let's run this test and make sure there is no implicit wait on top. Alright, so it's on the home page and now it's trying to click all the items. Good, explicit wait is working. Test is not failed. Perfect. You see that in the output? Promo code applied successfully. So the same test now being passed using explicit wait. Earlier same test is passed using implicit wait. Now in the next lecture let's understand when to use what. Okay, thank you.